Hello everyone, my name is Ashita and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a Q&A video. So a few days back I posted on LinkedIn if you want to ask me some questions, and a lot of you guys have asked me a lot of questions. So those of you who do not know me, I am a CA by profession, and a lot of people keep on asking me how at this young age I have been able to work with three of the big fours. So I thought, why not make a video on that, and I asked you guys if you have questions on similar lines, and I received a really good response. So first of all, I want to thank all of you who have asked me the questions. So let's just start with the video. So the first question is asked by CA Tanisha Goenka. So she has asked me three questions. So the first question that she has asked me is, working in Big Fours give you a better exposure or working in a MNC? So this is a really valid question which a lot of people ask, whether to work in a Big Four or go for industry. So it totally depends. See, if you want a stable life and more work-life balance, then I would suggest working in an industry is better. But if you're looking for more challenging work, more exposure in terms of client, in terms of people to work with, then Big Four offers you the perfect environment to work with. I'm not saying that industry does not offer you that much of exposure, but in my opinion, working in a Big Four offers you more exposure. And since I haven't worked with an industry after becoming a CA, I started working with the Big Four, and I have worked with Big Fours only till now. So I really don't know exactly how industries work, but what I've seen and I've heard from people's experience is that if you want more stable life and more work-life balance, then you should opt for industry. The next question that she has asked is, how do you develop or see yourself when it comes to decision making, putting your ideas and recognition in your career? Again, a really good question. So yeah, working in a Big Four, apart from giving you technical exposure, helps you grow as a person. And decision making being the really good trait that a Big Four teaches you, because as you know that clients needs are never ending, and for every client whatever is their query is of utmost importance and the most urgent thing for them. So being proactive is really important and is a trait that you learn while you are in Big Four. And of course, along with being proactive, a quick decision making is what Big Four environment teaches you. And apart from that, you work with so many seniors and so many experienced people which have experience in both professional and personal spheres of life. So when you talk to them, you know about their experience. So it helps you make better decisions in life, both personally and professionally. Next, she's asking about putting your ideas and recognition in your career. So putting your idea is always encouraged. No matter how small your idea is, or no matter how stupid you think your idea is, what I have learned is to always speak up and put forward your ideas. If you don't want to put it forward in a big forum, you can always tell to your immediate senior that I think this can be done in this way, or whatever your idea is, and trust me, your idea would be considered. Even if your idea won't be considered because of any reason, they'll tell you the shortcomings, and I won't say exactly the shortcomings, but the improvement areas in your ideas, so that you can give better ideas in future. And if you work hard and you put forward your ideas, you show your interest, you are definitely recognized in your career. So the third question she asked is, how much do you understand the business of the client knowing you have stringent deadlines to meet? Yes, we do have stringent deadlines to meet, but that does not mean we do not know the client. We know the client really well. We keep in touch with the client, and as you know, Big Four is known for their quality work, and you can deliver quality work only when you know exactly what your client needs and how your client works. So even if we have stringent deadlines, we make sure we know our clients and their needs so that we can service them in the most best possible manner. So the next question is, hey, that's nice. You have been with three Big Fours till now. I've been trying hard to get into Big Fours for M&A and financial due diligence, but nothing came my way since they're asking for prior experience or dual degree like CFA. They're asking for experience, but no one is looking to give the same to the freshers. So my question is whether to get into Big Four for any profile you get and then take a switch into the area where you want, or simply get the experience what they want. Yes, it happens a lot of times that you want to enter into a certain field and there are certain criteria that you need to fulfill before entering that field. But I won't suggest just to enter in the Big Four for the sake of entering and then switching to the profile you want, because that will only reflect badly on your CV that you started with something that you didn't want to do at the first place and then you switch to another profile. I won't suggest that. And it's not like that Big Four do not take freshers. They do take freshers, but they have certain criteria like you should be confident, you should have good communication skills, and you should be thorough with the subject and the technicalities of the field that you're applying. If you have all these qualities, you can get into Big Four. Trust me, I have gotten into Big Four with a stream that I didn't work throughout my articleship, just by learning the technicalities and clearing the interview. So I would suggest you to enter with a different field and then switch to your desired field. Rather, work on what you really want, and it's not difficult to get into that. Next question is, as of now, I'm a student. I have cleared CA Final Group 2 exams in November 2019 and will appear for CA Final Group First exams in July, and then after becoming a chartered accountant, I would love to join Big Four. I'm very passionate and very much interested to work into finance, so I need guidance regarding what all skill sets, criteria, experience required for getting to Big Four as a fresher, because I don't have my articleship experience in Big Four in finance. So can I get a job in finance profile in Big Four as a fresher? As I said earlier, it does not matter that you haven't done your articleship into certain field. Of course, if you have done your articleship in that field, that will give you an edge over others. But if you haven't done your articleship and you do not have practical experience in that field, that won't stop you from entering that field, because you can always learn the technical skills. And as you all know, CA being a really vast course, it teaches you a lot of things. So you can always learn those things and be up to date about the amendments and new things coming up in your field. And of course, be confident in your interview, should have good communication skills. And one really important thing that I want to emphasize is be honest to the interviewer, because the person who is taking your interview has a lot of experience and have dealt with a lot of people like you. So just be honest with them. Tell them that I haven't worked practically in this field, but just show them your interest, show them your passion, justify why you want to work in that field and that you're passionate about it. You have learned all these things, you have read about this, you are thorough with the amendments and new things taking place in that field, and then it's not difficult to get into that field. The next question is, I would like to know from you that what's difference that small firms are not coming up, what are the process which Big Four follows, and what one need to do for competing with this market, and what strategy does Big Four uses to work on consultancy and audit firm, along with, and how to develop firm like such that one can reach up to some extent till there and some areas linked to it. So this is a question which is talking about how to become like a Big Four, like how to deliver service in the manner that Big Four does. So there's no rocket science in the way the Big Four provides, and as such there's no strategy. It's just that Big Four delivers everything in a quality manner. They make sure that they know the client business and what the client needs. They make sure that they have the industry knowledge, and then they deliver the quality services. They're really consistent with whatever they deliver, and that is what makes Big Four Big Four. It's just the quality, and there's no rocket science or a strategy as such. So the next question is, First of all, congratulations. Thank you. Ashita, I just want to ask question on some point. As I've seen your profile, you worked 6 months in EY. What is the reason that is very starting point you skipped to other company and you're working with same job profile? Okay. So this is again a really relevant question. A lot of people keep on asking me why did I switch to another company within just 6 months. So to answer that question, I would say that I started off with a field that I thought I would enjoy working with, but then I realized that this is not something I really want to do. And a lot of people make this mistake. I did make that mistake. That's why I emphasized in the previous question that you should rather enter into the field that you want and not just with any of the fields that the Big Four is offering you just for the sake of entering Big Four. I did that mistake and that's why I switched within 6 months of the first job. But yeah, that was a good thing that I realized in a short period of time that I don't want to do this. If I would have stayed longer, it would have become really difficult for me to switch. So I took a decision at the initial stage and then I realized that this is not something I want to do. My passion is into taxation and I want to do taxation job, and that's how I started looking for another job and I was lucky enough to get another one. Next question is you seems to be in taxation, so you might have given less hours as compared to stat audit. Just an assumption. So please clarify work-life balance and how to get an interview scheduled for taxation. So yeah, this is a pure assumption that tax people have a better life than audit people. This is not true, and it just depends on your client or on the assignments that you're working. Sometimes you need to put in a lot of hours and sometimes you're relatively free, and that depends on field to field. That is not something that you can tag with a certain field that audit people work more or taxation people work more. This is not like that. It just depends. It's a phase. Every field has its own peak period or the busy season, and every field has its own lean period. So being a part of the taxation department, we do work for long hours also. And yes, the work-life balance is not really good, I won't lie, but it's not bad at all. And as long as you're learning and you're passionate about what you're doing, you really don't care about the number of hours that you're putting in because you enjoy your work. So I won't say that it hampers your work-life balance. It just makes you learn a lot of things, and if you're passionate enough, you won't feel bad about working for longer hours. The next question is, ma'am, as I looked, you were initially at XYZ firm. That was the name of my articleship firm. I'm assuming it is a small firm. Then it would be great if you could tell us what things you did while working in small work which makes you eligible for Big Four or cleared the interview. Because I'm also working in a very small firm and really want to work for Big Four. This is again a really relevant question and a really asked question. So I want to break this myth first that if you haven't done your articleship in Big Four, you can't get into Big Four, or if you're working with a mediocre firm, it's difficult for you to get into Big Four. Trust me, it's not like that. I've done my articleship from a mediocre firm and I entered into a Big Four and I ended up working with 3 of them. So it is not at all a problem if you're working with a mediocre firm. What you need to make sure is whatever you're working on, even in a smaller firm, you give your 100% to it. You try to learn as much as possible. Don't underestimate your firm or don't underestimate yourself or degrade your work. Rather be thorough with whatever you have done. And working in a mediocre firm gives you a larger exposure because there are not specific department for every work. Rather, they let you work in every field, may it be internal audit, stat audit, taxation or whatnot. So it gives you a larger exposure. So you can decide what you really want to do. Just make sure you have thorough knowledge of whatever you have worked practically, and then you can enter in any Big Four. It's not a problem at all. The next question is, it's good that you have worked with 3 of them, but how does the other person see it? such frequent shifts from one organization to another? This is also a really asked question and a very controversial question, I would say. Yeah, some people see it in a good manner that I've worked with three of the big fours, and some people see it in a bad manner that I've worked with three of the big fours that have made such frequent shifts. And yes, I won't say that it is a really good thing, but sometimes it's the need of the situation to switch. Like there are certain circumstances that force you to change your job, which are not in your control. So in that case, it's absolutely fine. But yeah, I would suggest you to stay in an organization for a longer period of time, because when you switch, you have to start again from the scratch. You need to prove yourself and your worth to another organization, and adjusting in a new environment is not easy every time. So yes, it takes a little toll on you, but sometimes you need to switch, then you should switch, and you should not think that how would it reflect on me or on my CV. As long as you are being honest with the interviewer, because the person interviewing you is not stupid. He or she can judge if you are a stable person, and if the reason or the justification that you're providing for the switch is correct or not. So what I've done is, like, whenever I switched, I was really honest with the interviewer, and I've always told them the exact reason why I'm switching it, rather than making something up which will sound fancy or good. No, I haven't done that. I've always been honest, and I've always justified why I want to switch, and I've always shown my credibility. So it has helped me. Like, it does not reflect badly on me as a person or on my CV. Question was how you were able to get through your interviews in PwC and KPMG, as I've seen in your profile that you have worked with EY for just 6 months. EY being one of the best big fours, how you tackled the question from the interviewers regarding why you left the previous organization at such short period of time. So I've already answered this question that yes, I did switch, and I've always been honest with the interviewer, and I've always justified the reason why I'm switching. It wasn't difficult for me when I was honest and told them that I'm passionate about working with your organization, and the reason why I'm leaving the previous organization. So it wasn't difficult for me. You just need to be honest with the interview. Dear Ashita ma'am, it's really marvelous seeing your hard work and ambition to achieve this goal at your young age. Please let us know how you have achieved and share your video. So thank you so much, first of all, for appreciating me. So as I've said, like, hard work, being persistent, and consistency are the things that will take you from scratch to the heights you want to achieve. So just keep on working towards whatever you want to achieve. Put in your 100%, be consistent, be positive. Then nobody can stop you from reaching to the point you really want. Next question is asked by Akshay RS. So he is asking, as a person who has worked in three of the big four, how is the work-life balance going? So as I've said, yeah, sometimes it requires us to work for a really longer period of time. But as long as you're learning, like, this is what I feel, this is my personal opinion, and this is how I tackle. As long as I'm learning, and as long as I've been offered to work with versatile clients or with good seniors or on good projects, working for a longer period of time does not bother me. I rather enjoy it. So yeah, it's not bad. Work-life balance in Big Four is not bad. You get plenty of me time also. So work-life balance is not bad. Next question is, I wanted to start my articleship from Big Four, and I'm in CMA Intermediate. I don't know from where I can apply for it and what criteria I need to fulfill. Please guide me. So okay, I don't really know about the criteria of CMA. I mean, what the Big Four ask you. But in general, they have certain criteria, like they ask for a certain number of attempts and a certain percentage in your 10th and 12th standard, and of course your articleship exposure in that field, or a little knowledge about that field. So if you fulfill those criteria, then it's not difficult to enter. And as for how you apply in Big Four, then Big Four keep on posting a lot of vacancies. So they post it on internal platform also and on external like outside platforms also. So you can get in touch with someone who's already working in a big four and you can ask them if there is any internal posting, so they can refer your CV, or else you can just check various job portals. What I did was I made my profile on a lot of job profiles, which included LinkedIn, Naukri.com, and IIM jobs, which helped me through with a lot of vacancies and applying to all of them and getting a interview scheduled. Next question is, first of all, congratulations on your booming career. Thank you. My question is, why did you choose to go back from one big four to another? Do you recommend it to do the same to others as well? How has work culture affected you as a professional? As I said, that the reason for first switch was to enter into a different field, which was taxation, and then I've been working with taxation, and it has been good. As far as recommendation is concerned, I've already told you that I don't like really recommend switching in a short span of time. Like a switch, like first switch was 6 months, and then next switch that I made was not a short switch. It was for more than 18 months. I worked with that organization for more than 18 months, and then I switched. So it wasn't a short switch. I won't recommend it to everyone, but as I said, there are certain circumstances that pushes you or forces you to switch. Then in those circumstances, it's okay to switch. Otherwise, I would say it is better to stay with an organization for a longer period of time, but sometimes it is the need of the hour to change for whatever reason. So yeah, that's fine. And the question related to how has the work culture affected you as a professional, so it has made me better only because during the span of last 2.5 years I've worked with a lot of people, a lot of seniors with and every person has a different working style and every firms offer you a different culture. So it has made me learn a lot of things. Now I know how to work with different people in a sort like, because everyone works in a different manner, so it has made me more adjusting and more proactive towards the need of others and clients. So it has only helped me so far. The next question was, I have also immense desire to get experience from Big Four. At present, I'm working in a small firm as an article. It will be completed in October. Please suggest me. So I've already answered this question that if you're working with a small firm, you can still enter into Big Four. That is not at all difficult. So this question has already been answered. Next is, how do you justify in the interview when you quit one Big Four and enter another one? This also I have answered that I have been honest with the interviewer every time, and I've justified why I'm looking for a switch. So it wasn't difficult for me to justify being honest with them. Next is, so everyone who earlier worked in Big Four said that your personal life will be affected due to work pressure or deadlines. Is that bad? This also I've answered in previous questions that yes, sometimes it requires to work for a longer period of time, and that is not something which is only required in a Big Four. That can be a scenario in every organization. Like if you're working even in a small firm during the peak hours when the return filing date is there or some other deadline is there, you are required to work for a longer period of time. So it's not something that is only attached with the working in a Big Four. But as long as you're learning and you're passionate about what you're doing, it does not bother you. I mean, it does not bother me, and it is not at all bad. Next is, I want to join Big Four but did not know how to join and Big Four recruitment process. So this also I have answered. So the next question is, request you to address the point on how to survive the pressure of corporates and how to manage work-life balance without upsetting your seniors. This again, like I've answered that yes, a lot of times you're required to work for a longer period of times, but it's okay. I mean, it's not bad, and the people you work with are not at all bad. They're really nice people. So if you have some personal commitment, you can always go up to them and tell them that this is something which is urgent in my personal life or whatever, and I want to go early or I can't work for this much period of time. So always some arrangements can be made. It's not difficult. The next question, this also I've answered, but I'll just tell the question. It was, please let us know how to get an interview call from Big Four. Because by mail or posting CV at website doesn't work to get an interview call. I have already answered this question, so I hope you got your answer. Next question is also something that I've answered. It is, I'm pursuing my articleship from a CA firm other than Big Four. If I would like to join Big Four after CA, then first question comes in mind that will I be facing same atmosphere as normal article assistant are facing in CA firms during articleship? No, you won't be facing the same environment because when you work in a small organization, the environment is different as of working with a bigger organization such as Big Four. So yeah, there will be difference, but the difference is not bad at all. In smaller organization, I would say that everyone is really approachable. It's not like people aren't approachable in Big Four, but you need to manage your time and their time also, because in a smaller organization you know everybody and you comparatively like sit closer to everyone and you can go up to them and ask whatever your question is, or you can tell whatever you want to. But when you're working with a bigger organization such as Big Four, yes, the environment is a little different. It is more professional. I'm not saying that smaller firms aren't professional, they are equally professional, but the number of people and the clientele that Big Four handles makes it a difference. So yeah, there will be a difference, but it is not difficult to adjust in that environment. Next question is, how can I apply for direct taxation and how to crack the interview? As I've given one in one of the Big Four direct tax litigation, but was not able to clear. So just keep on looking for the vacancies that the Big Four keep on posting, or else you can get in touch with someone who's already working in a Big Four and ask them to check if there is any vacancy, and then you can ask that person to refer your CV, or just keep referring to the portals like LinkedIn or Naukri.com or IIM Jobs. I'll mention the names of these sites in the description box below. These were the sites on which I made my profile and I used to search for jobs. So you can go to these sites and you can look for any vacancy. Next question is, Ashita, can you share the experience you have earned at very early age of your life? That is a really good question, and I think I would have to make another video on this because there's a lot that I want to share with you guys. So just let me know in the comments down below if you want me to make another video on how I used to study, or what was the strategy that I adopted to become a CA at the age of 22, and like what all I did while preparing for the interview and preparing for the exam. So do let me know in the comments down below if you want another video. And also, if you have any other suggestions, you can also comment down below your suggestions or any other question. I would be really happy to answer that. Next question is again, what an average CA student is not willing to see and then actually do it to replicate the level of success you have achieved. So again, I would say hard work, being consistent, persistent with whatever you do is something that you need to learn. And I think I would need to make another video for this question, because as I've said, I have a lot of things to share and a lot of tips that I use which help me. So let me know if you want me to make another video on this subject. So I think I've answered most of the questions. If you have any other question, please comment down below. I would be happy to take those questions forward. And I really hope you enjoyed the video and you got answers to most of your questions. If you did like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post my another video. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, keep smiling and be happy.